it's Hunnii Shay. So I wanted to come on and answer a question that people have been asking me like for beginning of time, and I always forget to make this video. What I get asked a lot is how do like give you guys tips on planning like trips. I have two different kinds of trips. I have a spontaneous trip and trips I actually know about and trips that I'm actually planning for. Now my trips that I actually plan for, like Cali, going to Atlanta, and like, you know, maybe to Indiana for micro week, like those things I actually plan for. December is when I get focused, when I'm like, okay, do I want to go to Cali, which would be in June, for MJ week? So now that's the first thing. My first tip is to figure out where you want to go. That's the first thing. And make sure you're serious about going. That's the second thing. Once you realize that, okay, I am serious about going to California for 2 weeks, now we can move on to the next step, and that is you should be looking at prices and bundle. I love to do Priceline or Hotwire. Step number 3 is now you got to look at prices. You got to look at how much plane tickets are going to cost, how much hotels are going to cost. If you need a car, how much is going to cost for cars. You also need to figure out how much gas is in that area. I have friends all over the world, so I normally just text them and say, hey, how much is gas right now? Or, you know, look, I can just Google it and just figure out like how much gas is in whatever state or city that I'm planning on going to. So once you start to get prices, like ideas on how much things will cost, this is where you go ahead and make a checklist. Now on your checklist you should have hotel, car, gas, spending money, gas money, food money, and your plane ticket. Those should be like the 7 things on your list, like the main 7 things that should be on your list. Now it's time to start saving money and spending money. So what I like to do is do the most important things first. Now with a lot of sites right now, especially hotels.com, they will let you book your hotel without paying for it. You can pay for it the day you get to whatever your destination is. Let's say if it's $500 and I book it, I don't worry about that $500 until 2 months before my trip. My next thing, plane tickets. Plane tickets is tricky. You got to know the right time, the right date to go ahead and look for a plane ticket. So normally when I'm over the whole search thing, I just buy a ticket at whatever price that I feel like I want to pay. So that's the first thing. Once you buy your plane ticket, before you buy your plane ticket, you need to think and talk to yourself. Am I really going? Can I really do this? Because once you pay for that plane ticket, unless you got $200 to cancel it, you need to talk to yourself about that. So once I pay for my plane ticket, now the thing is to save my money for my other things. So now I gotta save my money for my car. Well, I gotta book my car and then save my money for my car. Save my money for my gas. Like every month you should be putting money to different things. You get what I'm saying? My first check for the month, I put half of that to whatever I need it for. And that's how I keep doing it. I put half of it until I get it. So once I made my, let's say if I needed $400 of spending money. Once I get to $400 on my checklist, I have that $400 saved. I got it. I see it. $1, 2, 3, 4, $400. I take it off my list and I put that money to the side. Then my next thing will be clothes. Once I get my $100 and I go and buy my clothes, I take that off my list. Plane ticket, I take that off my list. Card, take it off my list until I have nothing else on my list. It's always good to separate your different expenses because you don't realize how much money shit costs until you get there. And a lot of times when I used to travel when I was younger, I used to say, oh well, I'll just have $500 for spending money, and then normally, actually I only have $300 spending money because I forgot about car, paying for tolls and gas and this and that. So you want to know where you're going. If you're driving on the highway, does this place require tolls? You know, so you want to put money to the side for that stuff. So gas money, I always do like $100. I put $100 to the side. This is my gas money. If I'm going somewhere that needs tolls, which I don't never go anywhere that needs tolls, then I put toll money up. And then spending money, that's like a whole different thing. And then money for food, that's a whole different thing. Because a bitch will eat $500 for food. My fat ass will eat you out $500 for food. If you have a job that you may or may not be able to save this much money, because literally what, January, February, March, April, May, June, so I really be having 5.5 months to make this money. If you feel like you can't do that in time, then you need to start, you know, a year. Say if you want to go in California in June. So you would say, okay, well, next June I want to go. So you start in July and start saving until June come. And then, you know, you'll get your money together. Now you got to figure out, like, where can you cut corners at? Cutting corners is like the best thing you can possibly do. Like, figure out where you can cut corners at to save money. Do you really need the most expensive car? Can you just get a compact car? Like, can you just do that? You know, those are way cheaper than getting like an SUV or a van or something like that. Like, you know, try to save money where you need to save money. I feel like the only place where I spend the most money at, because I'm like, no bitch, is my hotels and my plane ticket. Because I like to be comfortable. Like, I'm a bougie bitch. I need to be first class or business, or I can't do coach. Okay, I can't stop. She can't do it. She can't do it. So, you know, think about that stuff and figure out how to cut your ways. If I like to do, instead of doing hotels, I like to do like homes, like to do rental homes, when you can go and rent someone's house for the time, because that has a kitchen. So that cuts down money on buying food every day when you go out. When you get there, like when we go on Cali with all my friends, we'll get a home and then we'll go shopping. So that cuts down a lot of money. So we can just wake up in the morning and cook or eat before we leave. And you know, if we out too long and then we're like stop and get something, but we know that there's food in the house. If we don't want to spend the money to go out, we can just go home and eat, you know? So that's another way to cut down money in a different area. You get what I'm saying? So just think about it, plan ahead, be smart about it. And hopefully these tips can help you, because it's really not that hard at all. So hopefully these tips help you, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Be great, and like always, thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you are new, hey girl, hey, it's Ratchet here, subscribe. If you are old, hey boo, how you doing? Thank you for coming back and watching, baby girl. Thank you. And like I said, see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.